when you have friends like that, it makes you feel good every day. Look, this is an exciting award. I was initially confused about this award. My good friend Jay Walker, when I found he was getting the Silver Innovators Award, I thought I might getting the Bald Innovators Award. But it was nice to find, at least for this year, I'm indispensable. So, and my wife agreed with that. So this is an exciting time in science, as you heard from Bob. It's technologies of all types are actually coming together to give us totally new opportunities that we could only have dreamed of 10 or 15 years ago. So 15 years ago, my team sequenced the genome in 9 months. It cost $100 million. Took 4 large stories of a big building to just house the equipment to do this. And over the last 15 years, this technology has changed immensely, so that now we have boxes basically the size of this podium that can sequence multiple human genomes a month. So at Human Longevity already in San Diego, we've set up the largest human genome sequencing facility in the world, outpacing the multi-billion-dollar investment in China in this effort. And we're setting up to sequence 1,000 human genomes every week. So it's a big change in a very short period of time, from 1 in 9 months for $100 million to getting down to this pace that is critical. My genome was the first one sequenced 15 years ago. It's been on the internet for the last 15 years. And we can't tell that much more about it today than we could when it was first sequenced. That's because genomics and the human population is a law of large numbers. We all differ only by about 3% from each other, but some of the most important events that govern our biology and our life outcomes are things on the order of 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 300,000 in the population. A great example is this tremendous discovery of the ALK translocation associated with lung cancer. So if you have lung cancer, there's nothing more important for you to know than your human genetic code. If you're one of the 4% of people that have this translocation, which is easily measurable, Pfizer has a drug that has better than a 60% chance of greatly reducing your tumor. Now, when Pfizer did the clinical trial, it totally failed because they were just trying on a broad population. That mutation or that variation is about 1 in 300,000 in the population. This is an example of where medicine is going. Information and knowledge is power. You'd think in a city like Washington, you wouldn't have to work too hard to convince people of that, but we don't think of that in terms of our own destiny, our own biology. So we're setting up to do between 1 and 4 million genomes by 2020. But the most important aspect of this is we're incorporating all the phenotype information we can get on each individual, so we can understand for the first time in history what's nature and what's nurture. This would not be possible without the concomitant change in computational biology and computers. 5 years ago, the computers were not adequate, the technology was not adequate. We're just on this threshold. With cloud computing, distributed computing, we can now deal with database sizes that were incomprehensible even 2 years ago to most people in the scientific community. So this is an exciting time. We're not focused just on trying to extend lives. I like the motto of this group about healthy aging. Our goal is using genomics to understand all of human biology. The assumption and the cliche is if you don't die from cancer or heart disease, you can die with dementia. We hope we can change all those parameters. Drugs like the statins are the first clear preventative medicine drugs. The future of medicine and even of the economic aspects of this will be preventative medicine. It can change the cost and the economy by vast amounts by preventing diseases knowing about them in advance. So this is an exciting time where all these parts of science are coming together, parts of computational biology and genomics. And I think one of the most important messages, even though I spent 9 years of my career at the NIH, the government can't support, and it's wrong to expect them to support all this in advances. The most important news is private industry is now awakened to the value of this proposition. Google has invested a large sum of money in Calico. Our investors have given a large sum of money to get human longevity going. The belief that changing human destiny is not only good value for individuals, it's good value for corporations and for society. So we're excited to be here, and thank you very much for this recognition.